we really want to go over.
Yep.
If you want to submit a question for next week so we can talk about that at length, please do. So really quick, November 1st, we open back up for ordering. The November 5th is our holiday deadline. So if you're hoping to get an order by 12/24, that's the last time to do it. If we open up for December, those orders will be pushed to, we'll begin working on them in January.
Yeah, so basically if you're ordering in December, you're getting, in the front line for January. In front of the line.
The front line for January.
Front of the line.
So that's a big deal. And if you're new to us, basically at the beginning of each month, we open up for order weeks for that week. And then we produce after that, and then we open up the next month. So
yeah, and there's many reasons we do it that way. I know it's like kind of weird. We've been talking about shooting a reel or video or something about that.
Like explaining.
Yeah, explaining like, why can I never order from you? You can. It's just very specific.
Or can you?
On how you can. So, is it okay if we move this over there? Thank you. So yeah, we first week of every month is our order week. We open our website is always there. It's just that most of the time it says everything is sold out.
For 3 weeks out of the month, it's a catalog.
Exactly. But you can go on there during those times and sign up to be notified when your bag is available to purchase, which just means obviously that we've opened up in case you want that reminder. And it's just a one-time thing. It won't like sign you up for any other emails or anything like that.
Well, you can opt into our newsletter from there if you want. If you don't, totally fine.
Yeah.
Also, the way it works, I wouldn't just sign up for like 12 bags because you'll get 12 notifications.
Right. And if you sign up for one bag, you know that like all those bags will be. And so, yeah, so the first week of every month is when we open up. The reasons we do it that way is we're a small team. It's literally just the two of us. Everything is made to order except for pre-loved stuff or prototypes that we also sell sometimes. And so it basically just makes it so that we can see the orders all at once. We can batch things together that are the same design or same color. And it also just makes ordering leather and hardware a lot easier for us. And so that way we're also not wasteful in any way.
Because we're made to order.
Right.
All right, moving on. So we just had, excuse me, got like allergies or something going on. We just posted a video, was it yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, it was. Did it seem like further?
It does. It's like 3 years ago.
Just yesterday. It's our fire.
Yield. So Yield 101. And there's already some really great discussion in the comments there. So it's been exciting. We posted 2 last week. And then 1 this week so far, and we're trying to get more ideas. So if you have ideas for those, please let us know. We'd love to like get deep into it. What's going to be the most beneficial for you guys to see? New vids are fire. Nice. Good.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I think we're trying to simplify some of these concepts down for you guys, but as you know, it like gets complicated quick. So we're trying to get things.
So bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, like bite-sized single topics would be great. I think what I might end up doing, we'll see, if I take the card holders experiment from the last video and kind of break it down, if that was your business selling just card holders, what would that look like for you as far as, how much you need to sell and all that stuff. So that's one idea. My favorite couple. Ooh, such an amazing team. Love the yield video. Next, can you do one about how yield at a roundabout doesn't mean stop, it means yield. So you don't stop. That's the whole point of a roundabout, is to not stop.
Sometimes
the
you
traffic
may have
doesn't
to stop,
happen because
though.
you don't stop. Stopping causes the traffic. So you need to yield to the oncoming cars so you can go around and then get off at your exit. I actually hated roundabouts for a long time because it was different.
Because you grew up in Pennsylvania.
Because I grew up in Pennsylvania.
I grew up in New Jersey, where it's like
they're totally great. Once you realize that they actually prevent traffic, you're like, this is awesome. Anyway, not related.
Slightly off topic.
Stitching a gusset and turning the bag right side out. What leather is best? Ooh,
That's a great question.
If you're using veg tan, you'll definitely need to skive those edges.
Not necessarily.
Or have a thin enough bag to do it easily.
Or the right kind of leather, which is the question. So we don't typically turn our bags inside out. However, we have a bag coming up, and I actually have another bag idea too, where we potentially would, or we definitely would have to turn the bag inside out. So veg tan, the thing to know is regular like bridle or harness or anything like that, you go to turn it inside out, you're gonna get a ton of like marks as to where the leather like bent and
pull up looking.
Pull up, that's exactly it.
Crazy
which is
marks.
like basically where it looks like the leather looks lighter in areas from you messing with it. So the leather that we're gonna use to do this particular bag, one, it's all about like the design and knowing like, do I have a big enough opening to turn this inside out without this being like
that's true,
so difficult.
So imagine you're trying to turn something that's as long as a sleeve inside out. That's going to be pretty hard.
But if your opening is really big, it'll be a lot easier.
Yes.
The smaller the opening, the more difficult it is going to be to turn inside out. Also, if you're turning something inside out that has like a 90-degree angle in it, it's not going to look great. And then, so the leather that we're going to use is going to be a milled bridle. So the milled leather is got this pebbled texture to it. This pocket is milled. The outside is bridle. Just regular veg tan bridle. They're both veg tan. But the milling basically makes that leather a lot softer. You'll get a lot less pull up on it if you're turning something inside out. And it's just a lot easier to work with turning things inside out. I don't typically turn, like currently there are 0 bags that I turn inside out.
No.
It's very difficult to do.
Simple classic design for a paper airplane. A paper dart is simple classic design for a paper airplane, distinguished by its streamlined nose-heavy profile. Unlike broader glider paper planes, the dart is built for speed and accuracy. Thanks for that. When are you going to have a new tutorial on bag making? Good question.
I think if there's something specific that you guys want to know, one thing we were just talking about actually was this new bag that we're going to be working on. It's not even a new bag actually. It's a redesign of an old bag. I think we're going to kind of get into a pretty good video about that. A discussion
that's
of
the
design and everything.
Whoever thought bringing roundabouts to Florida, where drivers already can't follow basic stop signals, needs to be fired. Sorry, civil engineers. Also, for bridle, different colors behave in different ways. That's a great point, and I think that's something that people probably don't talk about enough.
That is so true.
From sanding, cutting, burnishing, they all act a little bit different. And same with like edge paint colors. The colors do affect
the paint. The viscosity, like the
density, all sorts
opacity.
of things. Yeah. And it's funny because like, and even some batches are a little bit different. But like our cerulean leather that we got is a little stiffer, just a little bit. Yep. But it's noticeable.
Yeah, when you're working with it.
When you're working with it. But it's funny. I don't think I've seen anyone really talk about that. We called turning a bag inside out birthing. Name from Mama. Yeah, I mean, it's what it feels like. It
is ridiculous. I did it a lot more when we first started.
There's like these metal things you use for shoes. I forget what they're called.
Elast?
No, but they're maybe it is called elast, but it's like basically on a pole.
Oh.
And it's like the sole shape.
Like a post.
Yeah, I've seen people use those to turn them inside out because it can be like on your fingers.
Yeah, and you don't want to have like sharpened fingernails or anything when you're turning something inside out because you can scratch your leather really easy. I would take my rings, all my jewelry off doing that.
Do some jumping jacks, get ready for it.
Yes, stretch first. Stretch your fingers. It's a workout. And then, and so another note with turning the bag inside out. So the bag we're going to be doing is going to be milled bridle. It's also, what weight, 3.5?
Milled is, about 3.5. Yeah.
If you're working with anything thicker than that, it's going to be difficult, but you could potentially get away with it if you skived your edges. And what that means is basically you're making your edge thinner than the rest of your bag. We don't have a belt skiving machine quite yet, but it is on my wish list.
Did somebody ask this, or this just popped up? No, that went away.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
Is it down there?
No.
Oh.
Yes, on the nails, always file your nails first. Gloves, if necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, I mean, a long time ago, we made like a simple tote, and I was just like, this isn't that much fun. Yeah, to turn a bag inside out.
It's not fun.
But anyway, do you want to... Now, the other idea we have for longer videos is, of course, to do some bag tours. So we're going to try to throw some of those in there.
I think we just like forget sometimes.
Yeah, we look at these things all day. The first day on the job at my leather goods production managed job, I discovered they were turning 11 to 12 ounce vegetable tan bags. Oh my god!
I asked them if they were insane
and made them buy a skiving machine that day. Did they use a hydraulic press to get it?
I don't even know how you could possibly do that.
What were they making out of 12 ounce veg?
Also, that would be such a heavy bag.
Yeah.
That would be so heavy. Maybe like a tool bag? What would require you to have such thick...
Leather bucket.
A leather bucket.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's so thick. That's like our strap weight. Ugh.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's our thickest strap weight.
Don't do that. That's like ripping a phone book in half.
The bulk, yeah. That's harder than ripping a phone book in half.
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to talk about this? Did we talk about that last time? I don't remember. Like, you went with the strap?
Design changes. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. You want me to grab it?
Sure.
Easier to talk about.
One of our designs is going to evolve ever so slightly, but I feel like...
You don't have a bridal one, I guess? It doesn't matter. We can do it though.
No, I just shipped the other ones, so we don't.
Okay, so, and this is just like something I feel like that could be helpful when thinking about designing and or editing a bag. Because we do edit
a hunting bag
sometimes.
That's still pretty thick.
Goes in a hunting bag, like guns,
like guns.
Bullets.
No, I think that would.
Does it need to be bulletproof? Is that why it's so thick?
That would be a fun challenge to see how much leather in ounces would need to be back to back to be bulletproof or arrow proof.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay. So we're going to be editing one of our bags just a touch, and I thought sharing that would be interesting. So this is the bag. This is our Maeve crossbody bag.
Hold on.
Okay.
They were unironically using a big log, 3 feet tall, maybe 12 inch in diameter, covered in foam and canvas, mounted to a steel base. You would have to.
You would have to grab both sides like a trash can and go, and like pull it down.
I know you're big readers. What's been your biggest takeaways from your recent reads? We'll get to that afterwards.
Too. That's a great question. I joined a book club. Also, exciting. Okay.
I didn't.
We'll talk about this really quick and then we'll go back. You don't need a book club. You don't want to talk to people.
I got my own book club.
You have your own personal Nick book club. Okay, so this is our Maeve crossbody bag. This is it in milled. I've been thinking about straps a little bit, and like, so this bag, the strap is detachable, but like, I don't know why. It's unnecessary. I mean, the only reason you would really, maybe if you have a different kind of strap you'd want to put on it, but ideally you buy our bags, you want the strap that comes with it. And I've just been thinking about like, we can simplify this down and I think it could look really good. And yeah, so
this was the solution we have for our Phoebe and our Greta.
Yes. I personally think this bag looks great with the hardware.
Right.
This bag, however, literally just has this one little brass button, which I like, and I feel like sometimes bags call for like the least amount of hardware possible, and I kind of feel like this
one does.
Yeah. Just having, and I don't love how low the rivet is either.
So the rivet's that low because there's a piece of leather in there with a D-ring, which also then hides
some of the hardware.
Right.
So, but we can eliminate that, and it's just doesn't seem necessary. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be punching. We're gonna get rid of all this hardware attachment. There's gonna be no trigger clips on there. I'm gonna be punching a oblong hole through here, and then the strap will get fed through and fold back onto itself, and I'll hand stitch that strap on both sides. I think it'll just look a lot cleaner. It's a lot less hardware for us too. It'd be eliminating
There's also no reason to have it without a strap. It's not like it's a clutch where you could use it like multi-purpose.
Right, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
So that's eliminating 6 rivets, 2 D-rings, and 2 trigger clips, which is a lot of hardware.
Yeah.
And it'll function just the same. It'll look just as good. I highly doubt anyone's taking...
I think it will be better.
I think it will be better too. I think it'll actually look really nice.
Yeah.
So...
And we think of this, the Maeve crossbody, as like our introduction to us bag. Like intro bag.
Yeah.
It's, if you've never had a vegetable tan bag before, it's like a really good option, just as a regular old crossbody.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Do you want to talk about your book club?
Sure. A friend of mine
It's not,
asked me to join this like women's business book club. I don't know how to put that, but basically all the women in it are women, and we own a business. That's the requirement. I don't even know if there's a requirement, but anyways, so we're
really
reading. I made it too short. We're reading books within that space, and a lot of us work within the fashion industry in some way, shape, or form. And so the first book that I joined in on and read was called Still Bobby, and it's about Bobby Brown. So the makeup artist. You guys probably know her, Bobby Brown makeup, but she also started Jones Road once Estee Lauder, her like, no, I wanted to put it on.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you stealing this from me? Once her like time with Estee Lauder was over, she started a new company called Jones Road. But anyways, it was basically a memoir about her life and how she went from a makeup artist to starting a makeup company to selling her makeup company and continuing to work for them, and just all the craziness that she's done, and eventually in her 60s starting another makeup line, which sounds crazy, but it's really cool. And I did love the book. I listened to it, of course, because I can listen to a book while I work, which is
it's my nightmare.
My dream.
It's my worst
nightmare. But it was cool. It was cool to chat with these other business owners and discuss the book and like what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, what we took away from it. Honestly, the biggest takeaway that everyone kind of said was just that the more you can stay true to yourself and your vision, even if you end up working with like huge companies, the more you're going to stay true to your original vision, the better off you're going to be. There was like so many instances where she just like kept bringing it back to what her original vision was, and it just kept on working for her. And I think that is it's so easy to get blinded by like what customers say to you, what friends and family say to you, what the internet is telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And it can steer you in lots of different directions that maybe you wouldn't have naturally done. Sometimes that can be great, but a lot of times it can be really detrimental. So. And
that happens a lot of times, especially like in a company where everything gets diluted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like a bigger company.
Yeah. So like, you have a meeting about meetings, and everyone goes, well, let's just water this all the way down. And not do the original intent.
As possible, yeah.
And then, of course, that's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you put out a diluted product, no one reacts to it, and you go, see, that didn't work.
Yeah, the other big takeaway that we talked about, and I feel like a lot of you guys, if you're any type of maker, can get a lot from this, is so when she started Jones Road in her 60s, her newest company, there was it was during the pandemic. There was a moment where they couldn't get the packaging, or they ran out of packaging really, really fast, and they had all these orders, and Bobby was like, it's fine, go to the grocery store, go get these boxes, get this tissue paper from this place, and we'll just pack them ourselves, it'll be totally fine. And she was like, the product is so good, it doesn't matter what the packaging looks like. Now, I'm not saying that packaging doesn't matter, it does, and she still put thought into that packaging.
But getting it out.
But sometimes we get a little bogged down in our head that the thing has to be perfect, and just that will keep you from never getting started. And I've met so many people that just like they want their thing to be so perfect that they just don't end up even doing the thing. If you don't do the thing, you're never going to sell any of it. So sometimes it's important to just do.
Exactly, because another point to it is like, what is perfect? So in your mind, this could be the perfect product you put out there, but people don't respond to it, or they respond to it in a way you completely don't understand or have thought of. So like the product will have to change eventually. So like getting it out there and getting the feedback is way more important than a fake perfection of your product.
Yeah.
Which is easier said than done, but that's why we talk about when we did shows how important it was for us to get people to talk to us about what they're interested in our stuff.
Right. What about our stuff excited them, or did they wish was different, or
Like, it's the book club. How's the garden? Whoa.
Well,
it's almost over.
There are a ton of figs.
There are a ton of figs.
I just ate a bunch
the
yesterday.
bees and wasps are very happy about, and the deer.
Deer are pooping all over back here.
Audiobooks get me through life in a way no other medium can. That is literally my torture. I would love to read a book, but if someone talks at me, well, I can't do it. I don't know.
We have lots of stuff going on.
I do. Perfectionism. Did my first ever craft market this past weekend. Such a great experience. Big thank you to you both, and also Grit Mercantile for their advice.
Nice.
Great. That's awesome.
I hope it went really well.
Yeah, markets are funny too, because like you have to put everything in perspective.
Yes.
Was the weather good? What was the turnout like? Was there, promotions about it? Advertising?
Did they charge people at the door to come in?
Is it the right market to get to?
Yeah.
So I'm glad it went well for you.
There's so many things. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. It's so much fun, and it's so. I found them so rewarding.
Yeah.
Even the ones that like didn't go great is still like super helpful.
Perfect doesn't exist. Exactly.
Also true.
Way to go.
What were we talking about? Books.
I'm actually in between. Well, I'm like 3/4 of the way through a book, which is like, I wouldn't really even say there's a whole lot to take away from it.
Oh, no.
It actually talks a little bit similarly about like what you said. I forgot the name of it.
About getting started?
No, about like trusting your gut and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And it can be hard. I think it's especially hard for like stuff that, like in our line, because we can overthink anything, and you can always try to find a reason for why something did work or didn't work, and it's not always clear why it did work or it didn't work.
True. Is that your book talk?
That's all I got. I did want to share this because I am weird.
Okay.
I just took some scrap and made
a bunch
books.
Of
Bookmarks. So I put Meld on one side and Bridal on the other.
Fun.
That's all I got. I just started the One Thing book this morning. What's that about?
I feel like I've heard of that.
Does it sound familiar?
Yeah.
I like forget titles so quickly. It's a problem.
Oh, the next book we're reading at our book club is They All Shopped at Barney's. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. Which I've seen it's been recommended a bunch of times before. I just haven't picked it up. So
ooh, deep questions. Hello, is love a feeling or a choice? It's both.
Whoa.
I think it's both.
It's both.
Because like the feeling gets you started, the choice continues to keep you there in a positive way, if it is positive. If it can be overthink, there's about a 95% chance I'll overthink it. Exactly. And that's why like.
And I think a lot of makers do that. It's very normal. You need to push past it.
And there's a difference between listening to people that talk to you at shows and listening to people who have purchased from your business. Those are different subsets of information.
Yeah.
Not to say you can't use both of them, but you need to heavily filter anyone who has not shopped with you, because they haven't put their money where their mouth is. That's all my sticky notes.
Okay.
Get your questions in. We're gonna call it probably pretty soon.
Yeah. Is there something
Leanne is working on a cerulean
Maeve
16.
Yep.
Which I have. I'm doing some reels on. I think I edited they're a little too fast, but sorry.
It's probably because making stink eyes at you because I didn't feel like any film yesterday.
No, like the actual pace of the was
okay.
faster than I think I wanted it to be.
Got it.
What is your most used size pricking iron?
We only have one size.
No, there's well,
But only
6 prong and 2 prong.
Oh, but I thought they meant the spacing.
Is it 6 on that one? Prongs? I think it's 4.
Yeah, it's 6.
Is it 4 millimeters?
It says 3.8. It doesn't say
3.8?
millimeters. I don't know.
Yeah, that one. So a long time ago, we were using
Sorry, 3.8.
another kind of pricking iron, but it matched our stitch lengths that we like. So that's
So we use just one stitch length on both the sewing machines. So got a pricking iron to match it. So
And
that way, if
that's
I have to hand stitch anything, it looks the same.
KS blade
Blade
punch.
Punch. It's hard to say.
There's all sorts of kinds. There's ones that poke holes in them. There's ones that are slanted.
Yeah, we
Either
use
this way or this way, and then there's like flat ones. You sent me something the other day about hand stitching.
Oh yeah.
And how it's purely aesthetic to slant it. It's not any stronger, any less strong.
Yeah, no.
But it looks good.
It does look good.
And that's fun. It's on productivity. Basically choosing the one thing that will help you move towards your goal and start there. I used to be a book publisher and publicist, so I love your love of books. Awesome. I know people. I don't think people read enough.
No, they don't.
And they don't
watch
read
a
like
lot of TV though.
length. True.
Or Netflix, I should be more clear.
But that's great.
That's awesome.
I think.
I want to read that book.
I mean, the way
I'm gonna write that down.
In my old job, what I used to think about my day was like, I need to get one thing done. Like one thing crossed off my list.
I do the same thing. I always make a list and I'm like, if I could get one thing done on here, which one should it be?
Right.
To help me prioritize. And then I'm like, and then I go back and I'm like, okay, now what are the 3 things I'm gonna do?
How am I going to procrastinate on this?
No. I'm trying to squeeze more in there.
I like your products. Greeting from Chile. Hello. I know you don't sell on Etsy, but I'm wanting to get started there. Any advice? So, I think...
I would love to know your reason for
Yes.
wanting to start on Etsy specifically. Because...
So I'm going to give my opinion, which I don't usually do, but I don't know if that's a good choice.
Yeah, I agree.
These days, it's not a lot of handmade stuff. So, like, I mean, yes, it's a marketplace. I think there's a lot more value in creating a website, getting people to your website, creating a list of people that shop with you, because you're stuck on that platform. You don't have, like, the customer info. You don't have any of that. So for a small business, that's really important information.
Yeah, that's true.
When we send out newsletters, it's the people who want them. On Etsy, I don't think you can even do that. You can't like import like their email addresses.
Yeah, probably not.
I understand it's a platform, and we were on there for a very short period of time, and I also do understand there are some successful people on there, but I think like they rode the wave of
I was
Etsy
gonna say they started early on to get that success
before like manufacturers jumped on there and like.
Also, a huge thing with Etsy is like you're looking for a product. You click on that, you find one, you click on it. You scroll down, and it shows you 5 more products that are similar and cheaper. It's a race to the bottom, unfortunately. Yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend it. But again, I'd love to know your reason for wanting to start there.
And I didn't find that like people were finding us through Etsy. Everyone's path is different, so like you
Totally.
could jump on there and like crush it,
Yep.
depending on what you make. But it's not something, if I was starting out now, I would do.
Yeah. If I was like 2012, maybe I would.
Breaking irons we use are 3.85 millimeters, sometimes 5.
Oh, yeah, that's what we use.
Crimson
3.85.
Yeah, they can be so subtle, but like you can tell. Like,
Yeah, we tried to
it's different.
match the machine as fast as we could.
Let's see. What do you need bifocals?
That is miniature. Are you kidding me?
I can read it from here.
What? I can read it from here.
What do you two think of hand-dyed plaid or enlarged woven fabric on leather? I've done a couple tests and it looks cool.
That sounds cool.
It's funny. I've recently seen like camo on leather, which I think is kind of hilarious. Would never use it.
No, not my aesthetic. I'm
But
sure there are people that love that though.
that could be cool.
I like the plaid.
I like plaid.
I like the plaid idea. Wait, stop. I want to reread it. Excuse me while I be a grandma for a minute.
Also, something I'm learning is that everyone can give you valuable advice, but not on every topic. Yep. Choose what you want to trust people with. Mom and dads are great, but they never owned a business. That's super fair. It's hard to explain until you're in it. Don't listen to them about business.
I started watching your video sewing around corners. Many leather channels seem to focus on hand sewing. Please keep the videos with sewing machine techniques coming. Oh,
you got it. That's a great
that's
one.
really helpful to know that. I didn't even think about that. You're right, because most people do focus on the hand stitching, which I get because it's beautiful. But I feel like most businesses, you're really gonna be on a machine. Yeah, we can totally keep doing that. If there's anything specific questions you have about sewing on a sewing machine, like sewing leather on there or whatever on a cylinder arm, pop it in there. That would be really helpful. We can try to answer that with a video. Because really the tight corners thing came from someone asking a question. Like,
we try to make this as like feedback oriented as possible.
Yeah, I think Nick had posted a reel or something of me sewing the Ainsley, which happens to have very tight corners, and they're like, I don't understand how you possibly get around those corners on a sewing machine. I was like, and then I had like 2 other people ask the same question, I think. So I figured
you
it was
get
a
your
good
bag
one.
of dust and you go. Any advice on where to get design inspiration or generating new designs?
That's a good question. That's our question for the day.
Okay.
I feel like it's a really good question. There's so many places, but
It's raining.
it's raining so hard outside. It's real loud. I don't know if you guys can. I'm sure you can't hear, but okay. There are many places I look. Our bags, I love to focus on shape. It's like my #1 inspiration. I would say shape, and then the details of things is like the things that get me excited. And so for the detail stuff, I actually do like looking at other people's bags because you can like figure out how they did something, or like there's like more minute things that are like very specific that you can pull ideas from.
There's also, when you're looking at other people's stuff, there's also like, if you can trace back to why they did it that way, it's helpful to figure out other things too.
But for shape, I look at lots of different things. It's actually really funny. A lot of times I'll be scrolling through like Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, and I'll see something that is absolutely 100% not a bag, but in my head I'm like, oh, that's a bag. What? That's a cool bag. And I like go back and I'm like, that is a napkin or whatever it is. I just see everything as a bag, like naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes
just
I
naturally.
think like honestly,
so if you don't naturally look at the world around you and look for bags,
look for bags in the world around you. I love to look at baskets, vases, any sort of vessel, any sort of like geometric shape. I find inspiration in that.
Yeah.
But then I also do look at like kind of not necessarily like what's trending, but more like what's coming down the runway right now that's
interesting to you.
Interesting for sure, or a clear trend. And how would I take that trend and apply it to what we do, or do I not want to?
We were just talking about this yesterday. So she was noticing a trend, and
oh yeah,
she was just like
orange.
Orange. We're like, it's not it's not us. We're not going to do that. So it's
Yeah.
just as important to say no to certain things
Yeah.
as it is to say yes to certain things.
Yeah. Orange for 2026. Supposedly we'll be seeing it everywhere. We'll see. I don't think a lot of people don't look good in that color, so.
It's
see.
also it's like interior design. Like you get an orange pillow, you can change your pillow out. If you're gonna invest in something like what we're doing, does it make sense to get something as a pop-up color that's not like a classic pop-up color? You know?
Yeah. A lot of people like orange. I just don't know if I want to do that. I have other colors that I like better. But yeah, so
How do you generate new ideas? Because I'm curious
all
about
of
this.
those things. I look at the runway. I look at
So it's like the end result of
a
the
lot.
info.
Yeah, like if I'm at a place where I'm like, I need to design something new, I start by looking at, I guess I do start, so, okay, typically the way I get an idea is not going out to like get a new idea. It just comes to me by looking at stuff. I look at stuff all the time. If I'm not working, I'm typically like, there's a lot of stuff I do in the house, but like I do spend a lot of time just looking at stuff. I love magazines and books and obviously like Pinterest, Instagram, all those things. But I will start by looking at what's coming down the runway. What's a big trend for next year? Like I'd say only 50, not even, maybe like 40% of the time I'll actually do what that is.
And like you can apply this in a way, like so if you find a designer you appreciate, you can just look at them if you want. Like start somewhere. Don't just.
The other thing I will look at
don't be too influenced by a single source though.
Yeah, I don't try to like follow. I actually do the opposite. I don't try to follow a single source too closely. I'm looking more broadly to see like what's the bigger picture trend.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you just started, if you've never looked at a runway before.
Oh yeah.
Like find.
Well, a lot of runways won't have any bags, so
that's also true.
you have to find the ones that will.
But you don't have to look at it for bags, like you said, for color, texture.
Yeah. Shape. Yeah,
form.
totally. But then a thing I do like to look at when I'm looking at bags, like I said before, is the details. So sometimes it'll be like I'm looking at a bag and I'm like, oh, I love how they attach that handle. Or I love how that gussets can be like such a thing because they can really change the shape of a bag, how a gusset is put on.
Yep.
So like gussets are really inspiring to me, which sounds really weird to say. But I'll see someone else's gusset and I'm like, that's a cool way to do that. How would I do that? And then I take it and interpret it how I might want to do it.
If you're noticing like a ton of hardware or like on a bag or like additional aesthetic hardware that's not functional, or if you're not noticing it, if it's like very simple, plain and minimal, these are things you can look for.
Yeah, I think it helps too that I already have like a pretty set design language for what that I design around typically, so like it's easy for me to filter down.
And that's what makes it special. You as the filter to what you see in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree on Etsy. It makes a good venue for goods and supplies for makers. That's true. But we only have our digital patterns, acrylic templates, and crafting tools on there. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
It's what seems to be simple setup. I'm not looking for a full-time job. I already have a full-time job.
Okay, so this is like kind of for fun. That sounds like.
Let's see.
For that.
Yeah, so it's worth trying. It's not like you're gonna waste a ton of money like putting it up and stuff.
Yeah, no. They do also take a percentage, I guess, right?
I think it's, if I remember from back in, it's like a percentage plus a set cost per post. So each post is an individual post. So if you're doing one of a kinds, that's pretty easy. If it's still like that. So should I scrap my camo leather jacket prototype? You do whatever your customer wants. Daniel.
What was the question?
Should I scrap my camo leather jacket prototype?
I like a camo jacket. I didn't say anything about camo
It's not something I would purchase.
No, but I like a
doesn't mean
camo
no one
jacket.
will sell. I second the machine sewing videos. Really helpful.
Cool.
Perhaps I haven't watched enough, but do you use an electric skyver?
No, but I want one.
I know. Somebody recently asked us a skiving question, and we couldn't really help them because we don't
Yes.
have enough experience with the machine.
Yeah.
So if you know how to skive like a simple box gusset, like a boxed bottom tote,
My thought of as why it was hard for them is because I assume, again, I've not used an electric skiving machine, that you can't like start to skive in the middle of a piece of leather and then stop in the middle of a piece. Like you have to like go from one end to the other end.
I'll send my sewing machine questions later. I got a bunch. Perfect.
Oh,
yes.
Perfect. Yay. Thank you. That'd be great.
I would love input on process of pattern making. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a great one.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
It's so hard because I feel like there's such nuance to like
It is
a
so
specific design you're
Yeah,
creating.
it depends. There are certain things like always having a middle line.
Like, yeah, we can do like best practices and stuff.
Yeah,
But that's
a
kind
good
of
idea.
also why I want to go like video, like you making a specific design so people can see it kind of start to finish.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Everything seems so effortless for you two. What's something you struggle with? Oh my god. Yeah, it's all it is. We struggle with all sorts of things.
Effortless. What is effortless?
What is effortless?
That of what I do, I'm like, that's not that.
I don't know. I will say this year specifically has been one of the hardest years we've ever been in business.
Yes, definitely.
It also has been the least consistent, even though we haven't really changed how we operate in this space. It's been tough.
Economically, it's
I think
just been
we
a
all,
difficult year.
I don't know if struggle is the right word, but like continually finding new customers is just always challenge, no matter what. But yeah, what we struggle with stuff all the time. Maybe we can highlight some of those.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what would be a good video? How to fix a mistake.
In leather.
Yeah.
Start over. Sometimes.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. That is a good one. I think
I can.
Yeah.
There's definitely. Yeah. That would be good.
you can always scrap and use part of something. Like you can reuse.
Yeah, but like if you mess up a stitching, I
Oh,
feel
how
like
to,
I
how to,
always
like, take
thought
it out
like
and
I
redo
have
it.
to start all over again. Now sometimes you definitely do have to start
Well,
all over
you
again.
put the hole in the wrong place. It's still a hole in the wrong place.
But sometimes you can salvage a lot of that.
True.
Just
I need to gather my sewing machine questions. Oh,
you already read that.
I'm gonna
I
stick to it.
thought. Maybe not.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Also, I think I feel I struggle with this. Talking to like humans is weird for me. Especially when
You're not
you put
even
it, when you
talking
put
to
it
a
that
human.
way. I
You're
know.
talking to a phone.
I know.
I mean, I know obviously there's humans there, but
I find this weird every single time. It also like you got to push yourself to do things that you know are good for you.
Yes. Yeah. So Nick used to have to talk to people all the time in his
All
old
the
job
time.
and was very practiced in it. And for the last 3 years ish, whatever, 4 years, whatever, it's 5 years
For what?
since you've been working here for full time. 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just talks to me.
And that's a problem.
So then when we go out, he's like, I forgot how to talk to people. So we've been trying to push ourselves and getting out more, honestly. That's a huge struggle for us, is like pushing ourselves outside of the studio and going and doing things. We joined like the small, I don't know what you call it, the small business club in our town. It's not what it's called at all, but
I struggle mostly with like purposeless
conversation.
Like I'm so bad at it. Like, and I feel bad, and I know I'm bad at it, and I feel bad for the person talking to me. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, this is bad for everybody. I need like topic. I need something.
You're trying to get to not even a topic. Sometimes you need
I
like,
just want to solve a problem.
yeah,
Is really what it comes down to.
that's accurate.
So that's not always the case, and not everyone appreciates that. Anyway, I'm not staring at you. I'm just deconstructing your bag.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I designed a backpack based on a plastic spinach container at Publix. Inspiration can come from anywhere. That's great.
I feel like containers
Yes.
are just inspiring. specifically for making bags.
And depending on like your stuff, you can look at historical context for bags, because like bags historically had a singular purpose, or something like that.
Like one of our bags, we named it after what it's inspired by, the Boda bag. It was inspired by those like I believe they're Spanish canteens.
That's Parker's account, Crafter brand.
Oh yeah, there he is. What did he say?
That was the struggle with question.
Oh, what do we struggle with? Oh, yeah, talking to people.
I love how your brains work. Good. Yeah, I think...
I mean, honestly, one of our biggest struggles right now, if I'm going to be totally open, is we're at a point where we're like pushing...
Good one.
Like with the economy the way it is, it's been a struggle for us, obviously, like we were talking about. And so we decided this past year that we were going to try to make more expensive bags, but like with the idea of making, like giving me a slight break in the sense of like being able to make less physical bags and still make either the same or more money.
I think it was 2023. It was insane. Like it was like
so many orders, which is great. It was fantastic. It was a great year for us. But I was like, holy crap!
It was not sustainable. It was like burnout city.
Right, which is fine because I also think there is a point where we need to be at a place where we're burnt out for a consistent period of time, and then we can hire the team that we want to get. Right.
Yeah.
So our idea was like, okay, well, let's try making a lined line.
Yeah.
So like we made our milled lined bags, like this bag I have on. So the bags are more expensive. They are slightly more time consuming, but not exceptionally more time consuming. But it's a much more expensive bag. So the idea again being like I can make less bags but still make the same amount of money. Mm-hmm. We've definitely sold those bags. They've done great. We've gotten great feedback from them.
Yeah, people love
but I think finding that customer that can afford such an expensive bag is tricky. It's how do we find that customer? Plus the customer base that we currently have, we don't want to
alienate
them. And the economy and like the market the way it is now too, like I still want like the average human being to be able to purchase our bags.
And kind of similar to that, as the bags got more expensive, they did get more complex. Like there's some bags that we have that are like, if I'm being honest, they're too complicated to make for like what we charge for them.
Yeah.
But you can't make them much more expensive, or like they just probably wouldn't sell at all. Based on what's currently happening.
Right.
So I think we're gonna make a conscious effort to simplify some design choices, which we've already started doing through some of our old designs to make them a little bit faster.
He's looking at the bags, FYI.
That's
why he's looking over there.
The bags are over there.
Hanging on the wall.
To make it easier on ourselves, but also still provide value in what you're getting. So for example, like the mini Chloe used to have a back pocket, and that back pocket was basically like creating a whole nother bag to put on the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it because it was only like, three pieces of leather and a magnet. But it was exceptionally time consuming for what it was.
And it wasn't an overly functional pocket.
And it wasn't super functional.
Yeah.
So we decided to remove that.
Yeah.
And I actually like it better because that allowed us to make the
gusset lip
a little bit bigger inside. Like thinner, so
thinner on the sides so the interior is bigger, yeah. There was another thing that I'm struggling with. What was it? Or that we I think the other biggest struggle we have is at the point that we're at is how we take the next big step.
Yep.
And I know I'm talking to you, Parker, specifically because I know what you're working on. For us, it is Nick and I. We make all the bags. The goal, to be honest, is to get a space outside of our home, hire a small team that can help us make everything. I can focus more on designing and running the business rather than making everything. And Nick and I can work together on that a lot more. And then Nick can have a team to manage because he's so good at it.
Taking a team which is funny. But taking it from
It is funny.
it is funny. Taking it from
I don't care.
you know, an in-home business to like an actual system
Yeah.
that
How do we get
that
to
functions.
that next step?
And
Those are our big.
I mean the answer is I think taking on debt. Because like how else do you do that?
Yeah.
Which is
Doesn't seem
another
like a good
it's
time
another
to be
scary
taking
thing.
on debt.
I know. Well, that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, thanks for being part of that. I would love to see how you guys create your liners and attach them and finish them in your bags to make them look beautiful.
Oh, that's a good. So that's so interesting that you put it that way, because when you make a fabric liner, typically you are making the liner separate from the bag and then putting it inside. When we line our bags, we're making it together.
Kind of like this.
Yeah, so like I'm literally just lining each pattern piece, gluing it together, and then sewing the whole thing together so that the inside is fully lined. So
It's not like a
fully
drop
lined-
in like a fabric would be.
Yeah, it's fully lined in leather. Like that.
Where do you get quality hardware? We actually source from Buckle Guy.
Yep.
Solid brass. Awesome. Everyone at Paris Fashion Week will be wearing bags after the new Hemlock and Hemlock and Hide
No, am I the
bag
hag?
wear collection. Am I the hag? So helpful. Thanks. No, someone else tagged Buckle Guy.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
100% Buckle
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah,
That's
they're great.
hardware.
And if you can get them at like, you know, I don't know how many you use, but if you use their, you know, like 1,000 pieces or whatever.
Oh yeah, you
it's-
get a discount.
It's great.
Mhm.
Design, language, love it. Yes, mostly for fun. Recoup a little bit of cost on my hobby.
Yeah, then Etsy does sound like probably a good place to start, especially if you're not wanting to put a lot of time into like designing a website.
Skiving, you can send them to us. You can skive around the inside corners, such as a box, tote bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have to have the right guide in the machine setting. Okay, so that's what we were trying to help
Okay.
this person.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling it's like operational.
But we've never used one, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's super good to know.
Love your purses.
Oh.
Have you considered having in-person workshops? Yes.
Yes, that's actually a piece of what I would want to do if we got a
We're
space.
way behind because
Oh, sorry.
No,
Because
okay.
I started chatting like crazy. That would be one of the things we'd want to do is have in-person, like group workshops or one-on-one leatherworking.
this person said, how many mock-ups do you usually do before your final piece application? As part of that same question, how to fix a mistake. And then how to fix a mistake, great idea.
Cool.
Sorry,
So typically I
catching up a
do
little
like 2 to 3 prototypes.
What led you to
Sometimes
both
it's
to
one.
choose that profession? Who came up with the idea first? And who convinced who? What challenges do you face in the leather industry cost-wise and competitiveness? That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
I don't think it took a lot of convincing.
No, it took barely any.
Um,
So we got started mainly because someone gave us a bunch of leather.
Yeah. It was a surprise.
They
A friend of mine worked at
a shoe
a
store.
shoe store, and they had like all this leather, and they
And
were
it was
throwing
gonna
away.
they were gonna throw it away. So he knew that we like to make stuff. We both went to art school for illustration. So we ended up with all this leather, and I have sewn like things now and again. My mom is a huge sewer, and so I had made what did we start with? Oh, I made the leather bowls, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, like before that, you made like these
Tote
leather
bags.
bottom tote bags.
Yeah, so it was like
which were,
vintage fabric, 3/4, and then the bottom quarter was, or third, I guess, was leather.
And it was like fabric, not fabric leather. It was like
it was
upholstery
chrome
leather.
tan,
It was
yeah, for
real
sure.
thin.
Yeah. So I done that. Then I made these leather catch-all bowls, like just because I had some time on my hands. And Nick saw those and was like, "I want to try making some stuff." And so I was like, "That's interesting. Never seen you sew in my life." And so he made some wallets, and then he like literally he came to me and was like, "I feel like we can make a business out of this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right."
Alright.
So we
Let's
did.
do
It
There
literally.
was a lot of time between then and like launching.
Yes.
Like we let this sit with us for multiple years.
But the answer, like the second Nick said that, I was like, let's do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a. Also, we didn't have children. We didn't have child. We were married? Maybe.
Well, when
We were
we got the
getting
leather,
married.
we were probably engaged.
Not yeah. No, I don't even think we were. Because we were in
No,
our
we
apartment.
weren't.
Yeah, well,
We're silly.
it's true.
And then what challenges do you face in the leather industry cost-wise? Well, like the leather we purchase has gone up a lot since we started. Like I think back in the day it was like
100.
sub $200.
Yeah.
If I remember
Per
correctly.
hide.
Per hide. Now it's like 300 delivered. And it's such a balance between, do you pay for the more expensive hide at a higher square footage, or do you get a lesser quality hide and get less yield? It's tough. It's not. It's definitely
also
not easy.
you just don't always know what you're getting, even though you say I want your nicest hides, and like that's how you can order them. You still don't necessarily get the nicest hides.
What's coming into them changes.
Because it's also seasonal. Their leather seasonally changes the quality because of the cows just being in winter or summer.
And competition-wise, I feel like the designs that she comes up with are super different, at least in the context of how we're using them and with the leather we're using. And I think there's enough differentiating us from what's out there that
I don't think that's a problem.
Right, but I think not everyone has that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so, like, if you aren't finding a way to make yourself different from your market, then that's going to be a challenge.
But for us, I think it's more like, even though we have a ton of followers on Instagram, we're building our YouTube. We've been in the public eye, I feel like, for a decent amount of time, but I still feel like we're not fully reaching the people that we want to reach. I think that's one of our biggest challenges. And there are things that I want to do. Like, I would love to hire models so that I didn't have to be the model. So that it's fine with it. I'm getting older. Don't love being in front of the camera quite as much. But to be honest with you, it's more that I want to
You want to direct it.
And make sure the clothes look just right. Because when I'm doing modeling like this, I can't see that my hair is like that. And Nick might not always pick up on the stuff. I'm like, oh, that curl looks weird. Where I would go over and fix that.
Like the one time she wore an earbud for half of a photo shoot.
And he didn't even notice.
Well, it's because your hair was over it.
Yeah, you can't really. If you look
there's one
close,
picture you can look really
it.
close. You can see it, which it's kind of funny.
Also insane that I had an earbud and didn't know. That's.
Well, it wasn't on.
No, it wasn't on.
Or was
but
it? She's like, I can't deal with this.
I'm just listening to a podcast the whole time. That'd be funny.
I also don't like talking to people. Closing the retail store has been both awesome and not great for that. Yeah. I used to interact with a few hundred people every day, and it's very different. Yeah. I can see it now. Hemlock and Hyde Debate Club.
Debate Club?
Do you have a number of total bags sold to date? Not off the top of my head. I don't even know how to help you there.
Thousands, I don't know.
What fabrics do you use for lining? So we just line in leather.
We line everything with leather. Anything that's lined is lined in leather.
They're lined. Okay, someone else had answered. They're lined in milled vegetable tan leather. So the lined bags are milled, thinner leather, sandwiched together.
Yep. There's no fabric in there.
No fabric. Scaling. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
What led you to choose the profession? Okay, that's the same question, I think.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Who initiated the idea? What are the challenges? Yeah.
We answered it, right?
Yeah, that was the same question.
Oh.
Can we start a ready-to-scale business group? Yes, that would be awesome. Yes. I know a few people at the point of scaling beyond themselves, myself included, and sharing resources would be super helpful.
Oh my gosh, yes.
A great idea.
That is a great idea. Do you need to write that down
somewhere?
I think I do. Yes. That's what we need. That is what we need.
Well, I keep, I keep coming back to, is the answer just, money? Do we need to put money into advertising and call it, this is working? Or is that the opposite of what I should be doing? I think there's such a question of, is this... Yeah. That's the whole point, right? That's the risk. You don't know.
Yeah. No, that's totally it.
ready to scale business.
Group. Love that.
Yeah, it feels it's very like precarious. Like, will this all just end tomorrow? Beautiful work, excellent idea on the liners. Yeah, we wanted to make the linings different, and we also don't really like.
So when we started, none of our bags were lined, and our bridal bags are not lined at all. But the backside of our leather is finished. So like this
person forgets their AirPods all the time. So
okay, I didn't think of that. I thank you. I'm like, oh, I'm really losing it now. So like this is the outside of our leather. This is the inside of our leather. So any unlined bags are like that. Where was I going with this?
Liners. Fabric.
Oh, fabric, right. I don't like a fabric liner because they get dirty and you can't take them out and wash them. And so like to me, I just never ever wanted to have a fabric liner. I did try it, I think at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just didn't feel right.
The answer to everything is money. It's true. Hello from Kentucky. Is the Bowery bag going to be in stock for Christmas? So our holiday order deadline is November 5th. We'll open up on the 1st of November.
So from the 1st to the 5th, we'll be open to take orders. You can order anything through the 5th. The 5th will be our deadline. It's the last day you can place an order where we can guarantee that you get it by the 24th of December.
Yep. And
yes, the Bowery bag, Mini Bowery, they'll all be all our bags will be available.
And if you want a black one, I have one.
We have one.
Did you buy all the equipment in the beginning or start adding things over time? Great question.
Adding things over time, yes. The first machine that we're pretty sure we bought.
It was the burnisher.
Burnisher? Was it
no,
the sewing machine? It was the sewing machine.
So we invested in the sewing machine, and
then
the burnisher was much cheaper.
Got the burnisher. Then we got
the shows paid for our upgrades, basically.
Yeah, the in-person like markets. Each time we did a market, we'd buy another piece of equipment. We also had.
I was still working
right.
at the time.
I was gonna say we also had jobs. We bought a bottle jack press. Eventually upgraded to. Is it called the Mighty Wonder?
Yeah.
Big.
It's too late in the game, but we updated.
Yeah, we should have done that earlier.
Yeah, I think it can be super easy to look at a business and be like, how did they do that? But like we've been doing it since 2017, so having what we have.
Oh, and the rivet presses.
Happened over time, for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Because that would be a pretty big investment.
I feel like maybe we would get a new piece of one new piece of machinery a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Roughly. Depending. I don't know, whatever.
We got the second sewing machine 2 years ago, 2 years ago.
I think two.
So that we could batch more efficiently, color-wise.
It has been very helpful. Yeah.
Couple of silly gooses.
That's accurate.
Okay. Me encantan sus trabajos, aprende de mirar y mirando sus videos. Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
I love your work and your videos. I love watching videos. Something like that.
Working on it.
We can always grow and adapt. That's what makes entrepreneurship fun and terrifying.
Yeah.
I think I thought of opening a small brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, investment wise,
it's just a lot.
It's a lot.
It's rent. It's internet. It's electricity. It's heating. There's a lot.
What thread do you use? Nylon ? Bonded nylon.
Yes.
We're getting our stuff from
Buckle Guy
now.
They have a new
Dunmore?
Yeah, that's it. They have lots of good colors. The only color I wish they
don't
had,
pay us to say this, by the way.
No, they don't. I wish they did. The only color they don't have that I wish they had was like a really good olive green. They have an okay color for it.
Yeah.
But it's the only color.
Ready to scale business group. I'm in. Money is always necessarily isn't always necessarily answered, but more money is always helpful. Yeah, we want to be smart about it. Like that's kind of how we've operated since now till now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to just throw money at something. Obviously we can't. But the money has to work for you.
Yeah.
And it has to get you the result. And I think that's why it's hard to look at advertising and go, that's going to work. Because it's a lot of upfront cost to see if it may or may not work.
And like you don't always know why something worked.
Right.
And why something else didn't work.
You could just have gotten lucky.
Yeah, you just did it at the right time or whatever.
If you want to scale the scaling club, I'd love to join.
Cool.
Exponentially.
Yeah.
What are the most important metrics to track at each stage of a business? When you're just starting out, when you're just gaining traction, and once you're more established? That is a great question.
You're going to have to watch this back and write down all these questions.
I know. In the beginning, honestly, you're just trying to get your stuff in front of people to see
Get feedback
what works.
on what works.
And see if your designs are of interest to your imagined target market.
Yeah. And for that, I just highly recommend doing like a maker's market. And it's all about finding the right one. But getting feedback from human beings in person that don't know you from Adam is very, very helpful. You do have to obviously take everything they say with like a grain of salt. But like, yeah. And like for us, like even doing a show, I thought, oh, we'll sell all the small stuff probably in like a bag. No, we sold like barely any small stuff, and our bags were the things that sold because they were different.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, getting that going first is number one.
And it's tough because like when you're small, the data you have is just like
it's not as helpful.
It's incomplete. It's not. You're not gonna find trends as easily. Even now, like I look back at stuff and I'm like I'm trying to look for trends, and it's still challenging because you need to look at the numbers. The numbers tell a story, but they tell a story of a snapshot of time. They don't tell obviously don't tell the future, but understanding why they are what they are is key to like projecting and giving your best educated guesses for future. But I would definitely look at, like, for a website, it's a little bit easier to look at numbers. You know, how many people are getting to your site, how many people are converting, whether they're adding the cart, whether they're purchasing. I think those are all really important to look at to understand and know what they mean and how you can affect them.
Yeah, and I would say that Shopify is one of the, again, we are not getting paid to say this at all, but like they are better at showing that information than some of the other ones.
So once you start understanding, like, all right, I'm getting 10,000 people to my website, but I'm getting one conversion, one sale out of 10,000 people, you have a problem probably on your site of either enough trust, or maybe your designs aren't good, they're not different enough,
or it's like not easy
you're not
to
explaining
navigate.
how they're different enough.
Yeah.
I do think we have room to improve on our website of like differentiating ourselves.
That's probably true.
And luckily, like we do all this other stuff, which people can choose to consume our content or not.
Right.
But it's there, and it's a way to get to know us before you get to our site. It's a good start. Oh my god, 68 minutes. What are we doing?
Yeah, no, I gotta eat lunch. And
fellow maker, you have to go.
Yeah, I have to go.
I just started a development group in the Austin area, Artisan Advancement Collective. It's going great so far.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
if anyone
the community
lives in
is awesome.
Yes.
Hello from France. Merci. If you want an ad guy, I know one. He runs ads for some of the biggest American denim leather good brands. Gonna start using him next year. Cool. Yeah, we do know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like someone else suggested them.
Yep, to us. We were also considering.
It's more about the money part.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep jumping in and out. This was my commute time. I'll go back and watch the entire video later. Yeah, thanks for your questions.
You. Yeah.
All right, we gotta go.
Yeah, we do.
Thread size 138, 207. 138.
Yep.
207 is kind of big.
It is. You get a really ugly backstitch with that.
That's true. Unless you're doing something like holsters or like
unless it
where
really
you need like functional thread
that's
stitches.
Yeah.
It's not gonna break, but that's a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for your questions. This was a really good one.
Yeah, it was.
I'll go look back and see.
Write down all the questions.
Write them down for the videos.
Because I feel like there was a lot of video ideas in there for sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Dentists.
Hit all the buttons.